DWTT coming to you from the Emirates. Here we go on our way down. Say hi, Mark.
What's going on? Happy.
And down there, what do we got? On the stoop, low. We're at the Hello. We're at the Tollinson. We just saw a couple players go by. Bruce Nelson, Dinchenko. Hey, dude. Another player just went by. It's crazy. Another player just went by. This is great. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the trip. That was the last time I was at a North London derby a couple months ago, and we just had our last one just this weekend. You see, it's just me and Tony right now. We should have the others joining us in a bit. They know we're doing this early. I know Matt knows we're doing this early, so we'll see if he makes it when we come back. But we're going to do a little quick intro, and we'll be right back. This is DWTT coming to you from the Emirates. Hello, everyone. Once again, welcome to the show. I got my man, Mr. Tony. I'm gonna say Mr. Tony, but Tony. He could be Mr. Tony because of the the look he's got going on these days. But how you doing,
Mr. Tony? With my button-up shirt, collared shirt. I'm doing okay. Better than I have felt the last few days, but I'm doing all right.
Cool. And we'll just go through the comments real quick. Got Tony he wanted to get in first, so he gets the first comment of the day. The Assembled has joined us. Welcome to the show. Riddy, welcome. Evening, gentlemen. Yeah, they missed you. On the road, welcome to the show. They missed you yesterday. You were not on the Arsenal fan circle yesterday. I don't know. Did I miss you? I don't know.
You probably did.
Yeah, it's a different show. It's a different show for sure. Sam, welcome to the show. Yeah. Got Tony, the shirt stopper. There you go. Tony's all dressed up. He's going to a business meeting after this. Don't forget to tap in. All right. The voice of North London. Here we go. And we got Craig has joined us. Welcome to the show. Big up the levels of control and quality is phenomenal from this Arsenal side. The only thing missing from it is depth. Yep, that is true. That is true. We can compete with everybody, but yeah, we'll get into that as well. BX Gunner's in the house. Welcome to the show as well. It's Gary and the Tulsa King. There you go. Tony's getting it all. He looks dressed nice. You get even better compliments than usual. Riddy's enjoying the fact that we are a couple hours early. Yeah, it's a day off over here. It's Martin Luther King's day, birthday. So we get the day off, and also on top of that, of course, there is as Tony will get into it. There is a big playoff game in the NFL. My team is playing the Tampa Bay Bucks, Dallas Cowboys. So, yeah, and Riddy will be off to Liverpool soon. You know him. He loves that place. Can't stop talking about it. So let's get into it. All right. So yesterday was the North London Derby. I couldn't watch it live. Well, the whole thing anyways. I had basketball. It's basketball season over here, and I'm on a basketball team. I can't say I play that well, but I'm on a basketball team just to get up and down the court. But I got to see the first score.
Before you get to that, did you make it through injury-free, Gary?
I did make it through injury-free. I didn't play as much. I don't I don't hog the minutes, which is fine because I'm okay with that. But no, I didn't get injured, so I'm good to go next week. I'm planning to go next week. So yeah, so let's get into it. So yeah, Northland and Derby yesterday. I couldn't watch the entire thing. I don't know if you were able to, Tony. If you watched the whole thing live, or
Yeah,
if you.
I watched everything except for the first 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. So I watched probably. Well, I watched at least the first 15 minutes, of course, because I saw the first goal. And like usual, we knew how things were probably going to go. That team is going to come out pretty um, non-aggressive, if you want to call it that, or whatever they call it, where they don't look like they're going to try to score.
You call it flat, Gary.
Flat. There you go. And we came out like we usually do, ready to go. I mean, I think when I had to turn off, the stats were like 11 touches in the box to their nil. So they weren't in the mood to score on us, and we were definitely looking to do that. Turns out we didn't know it, but Hugo Lloris is he's a good finisher for us. He did a really good job. He chested that ball in. I mean, wow, very nice finish. But yeah, Saka, I think it was Partey made the long pass out to Saka. Saka's able to, of course, once he's out there with space, you're in trouble as a defender unless you have help. Sessegnon had no help, and Saka was able to get by him very easily, take it down the goal line, and put a strong kick in.
Deflected off the goalie.
And the goalkeeper, who you think would be able to punch it away, didn't get his arms up in time, off his chest into the goal. Very nice. I didn't see the second goal live, but I did see it later on in the day. I did watch the rest of the game, and it did not look to me like they were interested in trying to get anything out of this game. I think they were waiting for us to make very big mistakes.
I think Lloris was taking a nap on that one. He could have dove down there and stopped it, but
very true, yeah. Very true. Well, I'll let you get into it, but that's kind of how I felt. I think we came out fast, like we were supposed to, like we've always wanted to. And they tried to hit us in the second half, but we were up to the task. Ramsdale basically he was really good, and that's the difference. They got nothing because of him. Plus, they barely got anything because of our defense. So, Tony, tell me about what you saw in the game.
I saw us get off the gates fast, like we've been doing. Definitely in the attacking mood. With Eddie, who had his shooting boots on. There's 3-4 good opportunities for him. I think we could easily been up 4-0 at halftime and took the second half off. But I liked what I seen from Ramsdale. Really liked what I seen from Gabriel communicating with everybody. Really barking orders, getting the players into the positions he wanted. And one thing I kind of went unnoticed is that he went back there to escort Ramsdale back there behind the goal because he seen the situation was going back there. All the fans were ruckus. Both of them had their backs turned, and Ramsdale gets kicked in the back. But I thought this was 3 points that we should have. Now, coming this week, Man United, you never know what's going to happen, but this Spurs team thought they'd be a lot better this year, but they just don't want to seem to play the first half. Second half, they started wanting to. I think I could have got their substitute sent off with the hijinks he was doing. Going after Gabriel, going after Ramsdale. I don't know how Gabriel got the yellow card when he wasn't the one starting the stuff, but figure both Brazilians, they would get along a little bit better, but apparently not. But over and all, it's 3 points I expected. Not much competition in the first half. They were coming at us in the second half, but still would like to see more players come in the door. Watching this game, still don't know why we're so gung-ho on wingers. I think we got plenty with Martinelli, Saka, Smith Rowe, Fabio Vieira. I'll be nice. I'll give you a present since you're
On this show, there's nobody called whatever you were about to say, whatever your first thought was. So there you
It
go.
doesn't matter what show it is. Yeah.
There's a new rule. There's a new sheriff in
nice
town.
Cowboys play.
But there was just the couple people. The Arsenal Misfit, welcome to the show. I hope you're feeling much, a little bit better each day, a little bit better each hour. I know you haven't been feeling too good, but hopefully you're feeling a little bit better. Talking about Riddy going to Liverpool. Looks like he has to. As Thunder Road says, for those who have joined us, hit the thumbs up. All right. So a couple comments I want to get to. And let's see, start with here. So they assembled. You got to get Deji and Nagari. It would be a laugh. Mr. Thomas said it would make nice mincemeat of him. I was watching him on One Touch TV today, and he was getting a lot of it. I'm not like the panelists there, but that was pretty hard to see. I like making fun of Deji, but that was a little harsh for me. But yeah, Deji still thinks his team's got a chance to win a Champions League, I believe, even though it did not look like it. They did not look like a Champions League team to me. It was we did our job. Somebody is one of the panelists said 5-1 on goals against them. That's pretty good, right? Pretty good. Thunder Road here, yeah. Emmett Smith was at Florida when I was there. Actually, I had walked onto the track team when I was a freshman there, and so I got to see a lot of the football players, especially when they were about to leave for the pros, and got to see Emmett Smith. He I got to see him before he got drafted. He came onto he stopped practice so we could see his car. Pretty cool. So I go into what they call the South End Zone at the University of Florida, and to get my ankle taped, and I look over, and on the table across from me, welcome to the show, Mr. Tom. On the other table from me is as Emmett Smith. So, my 5 seconds of fame, I've crossed paths with him a couple of times. Enjoyed watching him run up and down the field for the University of Florida, and then go and play for my Dallas Cowboys as well, and win 3 Super Bowls there as well. So there you go.
Trading Herschel Walker for
the biggest trade. Yeah, the biggest trade. Basically, Herschel Walker for 3 Super Bowls, 3 Hall of Famers, 4 Hall of Famers, because Jimmy Johnson, I believe, is in the Hall of Fame as well. So there you go.
I don't know why more of a lineman didn't make a Hall of Fame. You figure those guys would, because they were vital on offense and defense.
It's not as big as it is now. You know what I mean? Like now they seem to be getting in, but you would think back then when you've got you've got the Emmett Smith running for all the yards that yeah. But no,
that's why he did. That's why Troy Aikman did what he did, because he had so much protection.
True. Give them a little bit more respect now because they got to protect the quarterback. Back then, it wasn't the same, right? I mean, Troy Aikman is out of football because of, concussions, So, yeah. So, Mr. Tom, how are you doing?
Well, I've literally just got in from work.
What are you snacking on there, Tom?
It's interesting you say that because Gary decided to schedule the show at the time that I finished work. I didn't have time to actually eat at any point, so you're going to enjoy my homemade stew.
All right.
It's
homemade by the fact you took it out of the can and poured it into a bowl. Is that?
Yeah.
No, that's not a real stew. That's crap. You have to use real braising beef. And basically, you use gravy, but then you add baked beans, then turnip, parsnip, carrot.
No cabbage,
really. Actually,
no cabbage or carrots.
Nah. That's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Don't know what you're talking about. But I'm just saying, yeah. I won't actually sit and should have called it soup of the day, really. But
I'm going to show you how to make a proper stew.
Yeah, it's a little chilly over here.
Like That sounds like a sexy threat, Tony, but I'll stick with what I got.
Yeah,
Quite
Emmett
cool.
Smith. Yeah, I mean, like I said, got to cross paths with him. That was kind of cool. Very cool. And
Emmett Smith, a close personal friend of mine.
oh, cool. And we're talking about really going to Liverpool. Well, the easy bus driver is a bit apprehensive about stone pelting from the locals that when it will enter Liverpool.
no
So I gave
fear.
him the night off. There you go.
There was still
Yeah.
a crisp of the day.
There you go.
'Cause
And
I'm fat.
the assembled white his commenting similarly to me, Lloris's goal was extremely suspect, reminded me of Bruce from Liverpool, if you understand what I mean. I guess I'll need somebody to clarify what that means.
It's quite
Mr.
a potato
Tom?
there. I mean, sorry.
Bruce from
Bruce
Liverpool?
Grobbelaar, former Liverpool goalkeeper, was actually indicted on match fixing charges, where he was actually conceding goals on purpose and scoring
Damn.
whatever. But he also I believe he once threw the ball into his own net. I might be wrong on that, but he was definitely found guilty of match fixing.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
In the mid-90s.
Yeah, and we'll get into this comment here. So let me just go through the rest, and we'll come back to that one, BX, because it was a little. That was there's a big point, talking point there. Lloris was pretty very unstable, and I think I think a lot of the big time goalies these days have been looking a little leaky, right? I mean, De Gea will have a good day, and then the next day he's like letting the ball go between his feet. So, yeah, and you're right, Riddy. Saka and Saliba didn't get booked, so they get to play against Manchester United, and then
we're almost to the 20.
And all the yellow cards reset. I think it resets on the 20th game, so they're good to go. Yeah, that shot from Partey was very nice. I mean, that between him and Fabio Vieira, I don't think we have too many players that can volley as good with
Probably
the ball
shouldn't
there.
be masturbating during Premier League football, Thunderhead.
Okay. Maybe it's maybe it's instant reaction. There? Maybe it's not him. Maybe it's not actually part of the viewing pleasure that. Oh, got it. Yeah, the viewing pleasure.
Listen. Let me tell you something. Right, sorry, I'm going to tell you this. I came on and I was by my count about 14 minutes late, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, if I'm really lucky, they've already done the Arsenal Tottenham game, and then I can get on with some of my grade A nonsense. And it is grade A.
No. We got a lot of things to talk about. We could spend 5 hours talking about this game. So you know what? You're gonna have to battle me for the nonsense today.
No. The worst part of it, I came on, and then you're talking about the Dallas fucking Cowboys, which is the reason we're doing it at this time of the night anyway. I mean, you might as well done a live stream watching the Dallas Cowboys.
No, nobody wants to see that. I don't even want myself to be videotaped while I'm watching that thing. No way. Yeah.
We don't want to see the real Gary.
No, you don't want to see me watching Dallas Cowboys. That's because they are terrible on their day. At least Arsenal, I can understand it. Dallas, I don't. And Sam, I've heard this comment before that the referee was actually had a really pretty good game. I don't think that's anything. I don't believe either side could have said, you know what, this referee's having problems today. I don't think there was too many too many issues in this game that you can look at and go, you know what, that was pretty poor. I agree with Sam. Yeah. Yeah, the conspiracy. You know what? But their consistency is the problem. And that's the only thing we say. It's not that they're not good once in a while. It's just that they're pretty poor more consistently than not.
It's bad because
I think selective memory, because you're probably not going to remember the times that decisions went for you. You only remember the ones that go against you.
Especially if they arrest Morgan.
That is true, but I will sit there, and if I don't think it
personally,
as a whole, most people. You're right. As a whole, people will forget about it. But I kind of look at it. I wanted to go both ways, so then I know. Yeah, Miss Faye said I watched the game in pieces when I was able to stay awake. What a first half! The boys made that team look like a Division II team at times. Yeah, they weren't getting anything. Yeah, and this is the next problem coming up. Anthony Taylor is now the ref for next Sunday, so that could be an issue, right?
Oh, come on, Riddy. Come on.
Yeah. Oh,
This
did
is
I
the
miss
sort
something?
of shit I hate about the Big Six. Like, Romero should have been sent off for a second yellow. It's like, you were smashing them with 11 players on the pitch. Why do you want to bully them with 10?
Because it's fun.
Well, all right, fine. I'll give you that. It is fun. All right, I'm not going to dispute that. I'm just saying.
I didn't see
But
Russ's
look,
comment, so Russ, I'm
you're
sorry if
top
I
of the
did, if I
table and
missed
you're
you.
like, send them off.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
You
it
know what?
doesn't up
If
at the
you know
top.
what, if you were playing that team in red from Manchester, you would be asking for. You'd be happy to see all this stuff happen, for sure.
Not if we were winning.
You would.
If we were winning,
Yes, if
I
you're
would
a
just
winner,
be
you're
so-
like, let's pile on
No,
even more
no.
and punish them and
No.
send them home crying.
If we were 2-0
Me
up,
and
if we
Sam
were
were
2-0
talking
up,
about Russ before he even showed up because we know he always complains about the refs.
he's my official referee statistician.
There you go. This
In
was a
Ryan's
rare
chat, I will
North London
occasionally,
derby.
if I've not
Yeah.
seen it, I just go, Russ, tell me about the ref.
Yeah, this was a rare North London derby where I was never worried defensively. Even when that team came at us in the second half, we always looked assured and calm. Yeah, ready. Pretty much, even when they did get their opportunities, it wasn't like they missed a sitter, right? It was a shot that they had to be clinical with, and Ramsdale was up to the task all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a
Mr. Tom,
great
the
game.
light bulb factory legend. There you go. So you got a name. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got a name.
Yeah, never get high on your own supply.
Yeah.
That's why I like
We're a
when Tony
nice,
Montana
mature
isn't.
crowd. We'll keep it within sensible boundaries. I don't know if that refers to, but I did see there's a tweet out there about how some Arsenal fans did not treat that team's fans pretty nicely. So I think we're all over, but we'll get into the end of the game as well. Tom, the voice of West Yorkshire Swearing Society. There you go.
I've
There
really
you go.
reined in my language, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Not entirely.
I in high school I was a long jumper. I pretty much did everything, but long jump is what I did really good. I was really good at. I actually made it to the state finals in the long jump. That was, and I only did it 1 year, my senior year of high school. So then I thought I'd be able to do that in college, but University of Florida had just signed a freshman who had just broken Carl Lewis's high school record. So they didn't need me to do long jumping. So I became a triple jumper. So yeah.
But triple jump just looks weird.
Yeah. Hop, skip, and a jump, man. Easy peasy. Not really, but that's what it is. 90s sports was a lot of fun for sure. I enjoyed the 90s. Definitely did. Russ Morgan is in the house. Welcome to the show. We're talking about you earlier. I don't know if you were headed, but yeah, everybody say hello. He wasn't there yet. Yeah, there we go. So now Sam just repeats it again. So yeah, it's too bright and white. Yeah, it's too clean, right? Right, Russ? Vic's Gunner saying hello. -2 degrees. Yuck. He's not complaining. Oh, come on, Russ. Are you not feeling well? Come on.
Maybe he's feeling normal. Maybe normal
Ramsdale, as Arsenal Misfit says, it was top of his game. Had an answer for everything that came his way. Look at this. Sam is talking about his lighthouse where they kidnapped. I'm not going to say it.
A busty mermaid?
Yeah, you go. I'm not saying it.
I misread it at first. I thought it said busty barmaid. I thought...
In the lighthouse.
Yeah, that's my fault. I misread it.
Yeah. So yeah.
I don't think he used some glasses, Tom.
Yeah. So Anthony Taylor is probably going to make up for the last match. No. It was good for us, right?
For all you know, he might hate the fact that he's 6 miles from Manchester. He might have wished it was 256.
If that was so, then I would not know his name, because if I didn't know his name, that means he hasn't really done my team wrong. And I have to tell you, I believe he's done my team wrong in the past. like I don't like knowing the officials or referee's name. I know that name, so I know he's not always been good to us. So
Look
London
at
is
Russ.
red. Arsenal misfit for sure.
Sorry.
Russ saying the players should be sent off.
Yeah,
Imagine that. One
Arsenal
ref.
and United would be more
Russell Riddy
yeah,
on
trust me.
Watch, naming one specific player. I mean, they're probably right. I mean,
yeah.
they are probably
Yeah,
right.
that that's true,
I just don't
Sam.
care. I'm just gonna
Every
roast it
ref is
anyway.
probably close to a city with a football team in it in England. So Tayyib has joined us. Welcome to the show. I see Matt is in the background, but he hasn't shown his face yet. And as I say that, he shows his face. So we're going to welcome Matt to the show. Matt, how are you doing?
We are top of the league. I say we are top of the league. We are top of the league. I say we are top of the league. Hey man, what's up with you over there looking like the Jedi Master over there, man?
This is
He's
a
not
new look.
Jedi, he's a fucking Sith Lord.
I can change it if you want. If nobody doesn't
Hey, bro,
like it.
I like that, man. I like that look, man. I like the evil look, man. I like that,
Evil
man.
Empire.
He was
you know
over
what?
there.
I did study in college. I did study. I struggled a little bit, but I did struggle. I did study, and I did finish up. So
That
What
that
did
is
you study though? That's for.
yeah,
Did you study?
I played basketball in high school. I did.
you know what he did right with that outfit on. You know, he was over there yesterday at the TV doing his thing, and then you had Ramsdale winding the fans up down there and over there at the lane.
We haven't got to that point yet. So yeah,
that's what he was doing. Yes. Yes.
yeah. No, I know. I played basketball in high school. Yeah, so I did. I actually played in my senior year. I played basketball, volleyball, and track. So, and so I did pretty. Yeah.
Gary's daughter is the one that got him hooked on the Sith Lord look.
Probably.
That's it, man. That was it. He was doing this yesterday.
There you go. We are top of the league. And Matt, the voice of reason, really gets the name.
Gary with lightning coming out of his fingers.
Yeah,
What's
my
up,
lightsaber
everybody?
is red. You know what's crazy is it's hard for me. I enjoy the color red, but as Matt knows, I really hate red as well. Because he knows why I hate red. Because the reason why he likes red when it comes to
hates red,
Georgia.
but he's Arsenal. Hey, hates red, but he's Arsenal fan.
That's what I was ready to say.
Go figure.
Florida, the Georgia and me, the Georgia hater in me. I just can't stand it. So there was a comment here. We'll get into it because I think we all wanted to.
More importantly, why'd you hate Georgia?
Because I went to Florida. That's why.
So over here, Tom. So
That
over here we have.
Yeah.
So all right. So Tom, over here we have collegiate football. We have the NFL. Then we have collegiate football. Collegiate football is usually the state that wherever you're from is usually who the team you go for. So like Tony goes for Oklahoma. I go for Georgia. This gentleman goes for a team down but beneath me called Florida. Where it belongs, right beneath me.
And all of that. I don't know where you're going with that comment.
Yeah. And so
beneath everyone.
You know, it's so Florida and Georgia is a rivalry game, which would be considered kind of like it's a it'll be considered like Tottenham and Arsenal.
Yeah. Do they play each other often?
Yep. And then Tony has Texas. His rivalry game is Texas.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
every year we play them, and we play them in a neutral site. So half the stadium is blue, half the stadium is red. Yeah. And his manager was so scared of it that he wanted it to go back to home and home.
Like half of ours is.
The man's won 2 championships in a row, but he's scared about playing in a neutral site. Yeah. Talk to me about it. Yeah. I don't want to bring it up. I'm sorry. I didn't want to bring it up.
Matt, how was Monday last week, Matt?
It was outstanding, brother. It was outstanding. This time last week, we were having a good time. We were getting it lined up. And
did you watch the whole game or did you turn it off?
No, we watched all 65.
What do you mean? Did you watch the whole game? Who doesn't watch a 63-7?
I turned some of those games off when they're below.
65.
Your team's winning a championship, Tony. You're not used to that. When's the last time your team won a championship? You can't remember.
2003.
2001, Gary.
Woo! 2001's been that long.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But
I know. Hey,
6-7 in a row.
I'll say I remember that last championship y'all was in. I remember the last one.
I remember that one.
I remember that one.
I remember the one you played.
I told my buddy, I said that was better off than what we had to deal with. You know what TCU had to deal with, because TCU got slaughtered. But I remember when Oklahoma played USC. I remember that.
I remember when they played the University of Florida.
We had when they have the right shoes on. Every play
Oh,
they're
there you
falling
go.
down.
There you go.
They were dropping left and right.
Yeah.
I got pissed off, turned it off at halftime.
Yeah.
Went and bought Harold and Kumar. Watched Harold and Kumar.
I love this song. He spits when he talks. He spits when he talks. Harry Kane. He spits when he talks. Oh,
Harry Kane has got to be he's got to be thinking to himself, what the hell did I do? Because, brother, there's no way in the hell I'd be playing for that team. I'd be trying to get on the first train out of that, bro.
But now he's getting too old where nobody's gonna want him.
That's what me and Tony Clark was saying, is that now you probably like his value is what, like maybe 40 million now, 42.
No, you know what? I don't. You know what? I think if he didn't have to try and do everything, it would be better. He would be better off. So either you're an attacking mid, a holding mid, or forward, whatever it is. But he's being asked or tasked to do everything. He can't do everything. He needs some help, right?
Yeah.
That
team
think
is
about
done.
having him sit at the top of our, at the top, in a forward position, a center forward position at at Arsenal. He'd be loving life.
What I find amazing is that I was listening on the way home yesterday. I was listening to people on the radio on Talk Sport. They were just going ballistic about, we need a new manager, get him out. And I thought about something. I was like, wait a minute, y'all have been through about 7 managers in the last 9-10 years. Like, well, who y'all gonna go get? Because y'all done got rid of everybody that was qualified that could come in and do the job. Yeah. They're done. Tom, y'all remember Tom? You remember when Martin Yole and I can't think of the guy that was there before Martin Yole, but you remember how bad it was.
Santini, I think.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, Spurs and Chelsea are in a renaissance form. Because for anybody who knew what Chelsea was before they got the money, this is what Chelsea looked like before they had the money. What you see now is what you see, how Chelsea used to be. Them and Spurs. Like Spurs yesterday in that game was a classic example of what Spurs used to look like.
Spurs just don't want to play for any other managers. They're just
Spurs are done. That whole run that people talked about, they talked about see Sam knows.
They sacked him at half time.
Hello, Chris Nix, welcome to the show.
Yeah, you remember that? They sacked him at halftime, bro. They sent him home.
Everyone knew he was sacked except him.
Sam, I don't. Sam, you're dead to me. You cannot bring that name up. The Hurricanes.
Yeah, that was a joke team. And Tottenham, Tottenham, they used to get like, they'd hype up some of the most mediocre player. That team, like this whole run thing, they've been on, because people don't realize this team that the way it's put together has been together for about 8 years, 9 years, and so what you're starting to see is the unraveling. And they get these players like Brian Gill. They go get this cat from over in Spain, and that's like, bro, what did you go to that team for? It's like people are like, well, I want to go play in the Premier League, but I'd rather go play at Brentford before I go to Tottenham, because Tottenham is the black Tottenham is what we used to look at and this make it a little easier for you, Gary. Is the Oakland Raiders. You remember Oakland Raiders when they had negative 99 on offense? You remember that year when Raiders all played for them? That's what Tottenham looked like. Negative, they look that bad. That is a horrible team, man. So yesterday's performance, when you look at Tottenham, that encompasses what they are. It didn't just Conte. The team, the whole thing just stinks from high to high heaven, and they don't realize that time's run out. The clock, the clock is struck 12, and it's over, man.
Mm-hmm.
So you had Kane, you had Son, all this. You could have sold them, made big time money. Nope.
Yeah. So welcome to the show, Ray. Yeah. So Harry Kane should just come on back home, as he was worn red back in the days. He needs to maybe finish off his career at red. Maybe he'll get a trophy out of it if he does. I told Lee one day. I said, hey man, let's put in a $32 million bid for him. We'll take him back home. There you go.
Put it right there. Put him right up front.
Miss Melina, welcome to the show as well.
Melina, what's going on, my friend?
Oh, he really does not think that Harry Kane coming back is an option at all.
No, he'll probably end up going. He'll end up being a bench player at City.
Yeah, he wants to get his trophy, guaranteed. But you know what? City's not guaranteed to get a trophy this year. So,
Oh well,
there you
yeah, you know why, right? Because we are top of the league.
There you go. You guys talking about Martin?
I'm just gonna be glad to be my first time St. Tottenham's Day.
Yeah.
7 years. Ever since Leicester won was the last time we finished above those fuckers.
No, we need to work. We need to get this title so that we can really put some heat, have some good times.
I hear you.
But why were we wasting our time on 90 million for a winger, Matt? Tell me that.
Well, first off, thank you everybody who tuned in today that watched me and Brother Gunner talk about this debacle so far of a transfer window. And Gary, thank you for coming through, my man, dropping that 10 piece. and yeah, I mean, we have literally wasted
half a
not
month.
only this month. No. Don't forget, we've been dealing with this Mudryk fella since the summer. And as we stated this morning, we started from 25 million and ended at 88 million. That means just look at that now. 25 million all the way to 88 million. We wasted on a player that had no intentions of even coming to this club. Whereas we've got quality players in the league that we could go out and get. Not only that, but this summer we wasted time on Rafinha.
Yep.
And he ended up going to Barcelona. And then there's talk coming out today. Oh, well, Arsenal might be back in for Rafinha. Well, please don't hurt you. Do not fall for the okie doke.
One of my favorite. Fuck would Rafinha go from Barcelona to Arsenal?
One of my favorite movies is Beverly Hills Cop. Please do not fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Yeah.
Please, because that ain't happening.
I don't understand how you can look at João Felix's first game at Chelsea and go, as I said before, oh, I want some of that. That's the thing about it. You go in there, you're the only player who wants to play some football when you look at who's in blue, and then the man can't even last 90 minutes.
Right? Sam, I'm going to start using I'm going to use that. The failure factory is what I'm going to start referring to Chelsea. Everybody goes over there and flop. Everybody goes. You see, it goes all the way back to Fernando Torres. Everybody goes over there and flop at Chelsea.
But what? Just like the last 3-4 years, it's like 15, 20 attackers that they just have ruined.
Chelsea are the anti-King Midas because everything they touch turns to shit.
Yeah, they are. Everything. Everything,
yeah. And we did enjoy that Brighton
especially
match.
Attackers.
Yeah, we did enjoy the Brighton match.
Yeah, I just feel like we have wasted a lot of time on this guy.
Yeah.
We really need whoever. I've been saying this the entire time. Whoever we're bringing in, we really need them in ASAP. You know, we beat Tottenham, which is great. We need a win against United, and then we just really need to get this cover because we're playing with fire. Yeah, when you have to bring on Kieran Tierney as a striker, I want you to everybody stop and think about that. We can't go to the bench and bring in an attacking player. We have to bring in a defender as a striker option. And yesterday, you could see Martinelli was a little knackered, and that's going to happen. But we don't have any options.
That's what happened when he started that FA Cup game that he's not played in, or soccer.
Can I just say one more thing about Chelsea before we get into the Arsenal sphere?
Absolutely.
We'll be showing a lot of love to their attackers.
Only if you're done with your
shit. No, we're showing a lot of love to their attackers, but let's show some love to their defenders because I believe that Koulibaly should have stayed in Serie A, where we all assumed he was good because we never watched him.
You, you know what? He has his moments, but I didn't think, from what I recall of him, his availability was going to be an issue, and he's already missed the games for them. I mean, on his day, once in a while. I
missed
mean,
the
he's
game at Ellen Road.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, I told that wrong. Sorry, he played in the game. He just was missing.
Yeah, no, but he's the only one to score in the one game that they had, right? A game that they actually looked good. So there you go. There you go. So let's get into it. I know we were chatting about Chelsea. Liverpool also had a bad weekend as well. Brighton showed them, I think it was Brighton, right? Brighton showed them how to play some football. Liverpool was, as they would say, terrible with a U. Terrible. As Charles Barkley would say, they were terrible. I mean, it's funny to see, get scored on, but then to hear that, I don't believe they had a shot on target, if I recall, in the game. I don't think they were bad. I believe that there was a stat like that, an attacking stat, where they just did nothing, or maybe they had one shot on target, but it didn't really
answer that for you in a second.
Okay, cool. But losing 3-0 to Brighton.
No, sorry, they had 2 shots on target, Liverpool.
Oh, okay.
2 shots on, 3 shots off, 1 blocked. But Brighton had 9 shots on target, 3 off target, and 4 blocked. So yeah, and Brighton also had 62%. But they basically battered them on every metric.
Yeah. And then they bring on Welbeck, and he scores. I mean, come on. Scoring. They are not looking good. They are
just
not
a great
looking
weekend for anyone with anything to do with Arsenal, wasn't it? Really?
Yes, everybody that needed to try. It was outside of Manchester United. Everybody else basically didn't get any closer to us, right? So 8-point lead at the top. But I guess the one thing that I did want to get into, and we will chat about that, is how the game ended. I mean, because Arsenal did really well in that first 30, 40 minutes. Second half, they were going to come out and attempt and try to get something out of the game. We were up to the task, at least Ramsdale was, because when he pushed many a ball away, one with his feet, couple with his hands, really good job from Ramsdale. And I assume the fans were a little upset with him. One, because he is probably one of the only goalkeepers that will actually respond back to the fans when they start chattering. And he gives it to them just as much as they gave it to him. At the end of the match, he's kissing his badge. I don't think Richarlison liked that for some reason.
Richarlison didn't like anything that was going on.
Yeah, and then touching, and he was definitely born with a chicken on a ball, right? Yeah, pushing Ramsdale in the head, and you can see Ramsdale basically as being as calm as they say, a cucumber. He could have responded.
What about as calm as a Hindu cow?
Yeah, and then he goes to pick up his water bottle, and a young little fan from the other side decides he wants to run down the stadium steps, climb over the seats, and step over the barrier and be able to get a kick in. Kicks him in the back, and Ramsdale still probably was in more shock than anything.
And like I said, Gabriel escorted him back there. He went there because he knew there was going to be trouble, and it still ended up happening.
He was trying to get his water bottle. You could see him when Richarlison was pushing him in the back. He's like, "I'm just going to get my water bottle." He was pointing.
Yeah, that's why Gabriel went with him. Yeah. I really loved Gabriel yesterday.
Now he's been. I mean, he is. They all talk about Saliba and all of that, but Gabriel is the stall. He's the man in the back line for us.
So Saliba almost gave away another penalty yesterday.
Yeah. So tell me, Tony, about the Ramsdale situation.
Like you said, the crowd was ruckus. Lots going on. Last 10 minutes, kind of back and forth, especially after Richarlison went on. Wanted to go get his water bottle. Gabriel walked back there with him, turned his back, then some cut fan decided to kick at him. And after that, here comes in Granit Xhaka, and you see Arteta run from midfield, pretty much escorting Xhaka to a wayside fence. And that's pretty much it.
Yep. And Mr. Tom, any thoughts on the way that game ended?
Yeah, I thought it was good to see some passion from Tottenham because at least their fans have it.
Hey Gary, share that right there. Look at this. I want y'all to see this madness.
Here we go. So let's see.
Here we go. Now look at this. Look at this now. Now you watch this guy. Watch this. Look at him. Here he is right here. Look at that's the shine bone right there. Look at him. Right there. Look at that.
Wow, climbs over.
Oh, look at there. Look at there. And now look at this idiot right here.
Just look away.
Let me help you get back. Let me help you get back to your seat. Look at this. Look at this. He's laughing. You see that? You see the grin? Y'all see the grin? He's laughing. Look at him. Get all of them. Everybody standing in this area right here need to be sent home for a little while to think about it. But I don't expect anything less from that lot. But he needs that young man.
Bans for all of them, right, Matt?
All of them. All of them.
Yeah, something there's to be multiple people getting punished for this one. I mean, one, it's they're not securing their fans from the opponent. That's right there, a big red flag, right?
They're still not as bad as Everton fans.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about what happened yesterday.
Oh yeah, I know.
My
I'm
team.
just saying, Everton fans are also terrible.
Yeah.
And, do you hear what they did? I've not seen any evidence of it, but I
Come
don't
on,
like
tell
them,
us.
so
Tom,
I'm just gonna.
know.
I don't like them, so I'm just talking about
You're
it
gonna
like
tell
it's
us
actually
anyway,
true.
so go ahead and tell us.
Yeah. No, allegedly they one of their fans got one of the directors in a headlock after what's the game they lost recently at home? Not Southampton. It might have been. It was the one before it. Someone put like 4 goals past them in 10 minutes.
I don't remember that one.
Brighton.
Yeah.
When Brighton beat them, apparently they put one of the female directors in a headlock.
Wow.
Now, let me preface this with, I've not seen it. There's no footage of it currently, but just even the fact that it's believable that they would have done that. Plus, they were outside the Southampton. This is fact. They were outside the Southampton hotel at 4 a.m. on Saturday morning, letting off fireworks.
Does that happen pretty often in England?
Only from Everton fans.
I'm sure they're not the only ones, Tom.
They're known for it, I guess. Yeah. No. So that was pretty poor way to end the game, but we were too happy to really pay them any mind. Yeah.
I'm just glad we didn't get any needless yellows or reds after it.
Yeah. Well, somebody needs to get a red.
And Rich Charleston should have.
Yeah. I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet. I don't know what they're waiting for. What more proof do they need?
Second he got on the pitch, he was starting shit. With Gabriel, oh no, Gabriel got the yellow
he got the
instead
yellow.
of him.
Yeah. So nah. Well, we won't see them again till next year. And if we see them next year, we'll see. But yeah, no, it's crazy to think that's going to happen. But yeah, so that's that's how that ended. But we move on.
We'll have Russ Morgan investigate the referees.
There you go. See what's going on there. But like I said, you guys want to talk any more about the game? I know. Mr. Tom does, because he's just been talking. He's been holding back on his Arsenal talk.
He's been holding back on his nonsense talks. What Tom's been holding back on.
Oh, he's been eating. So he's been eating.
Tom, did you say room for crisps? Did you say room for crisps?
So there you go. Richarlison was trying to stop play while warming up on the sidelines. Yeah.
And he did that several times. There was like 3 times they showed the sidelines and he was trying to grab a hold of Arsenal players.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see if the FA does their job. They need to protect.
You know the answer to that, Gary. They hardly ever do anything retroactively like that, even though they should.
The man hit somebody in the head. and then he gets kicked. So if they punish the fan and they don't punish him, then wait, what did the tape stop? Was there a blip on the tape? You know what I mean? It all happened pretty much within the same minute. So Matt, anything you want to say on the how that game ended? Anything more? You're muted, I think. You muted yourself.
Sorry about that. Yeah, there's nothing else to be discussed there, man.
Mm.
Nah.
Matt just wants more players, new players.
Yep, we just need signings. Yep.
Yes, I saw the comment they had out today that Declan Rice, it looks like is they're planning him for a summer transfer.
Hey,
It's
let's
funny
take the
how
second
we're
or
in
third player
January.
that's
We're not
linked
even
to us in
finished
the
with this
summer.
one, but there's already reports about what we're planning to do in January and sorry in the summer. I don't care. We don't care about the summer. You've got a trophy to win right now. How can there not be a reason? How can you not look at our bench and go, I don't have any of the answers there to win the league?
Like Matt said, Modric started out as a 25 million player for us, went all the way up to 88 million. If we wanted him, we should have got him last summer
Yeah.
His agent's incredible.
for a third of a price, for less than a third of a price. It's insane.
Mm,
We'll know more about his agent.
yeah. I did not miss your trivia question, Riddy. It actually is here. So that's it. I start it. So here we go. Question for the panel. If ever there was a mountain in Liverpool, what name would you give it?
Ready
Anybody?
Rock.
Who?
Ready Rock.
Riddy Rock.
Yeah.
I
Ready to
don't.
rock.
I don't know what does that mean? I don't get it.
Mount Riddy.
Mount Flop.
Mount Flop.
Anybody in
Yeah,
the stands? Anybody in the fans? Anybody in the chat room? Would an answer to this?
Ready
Sam
said Tom's Googling an answer.
I wouldn't even imagine that Riddy's answers are already on Google.
the mountain
'Cause
wouldn't
that-
last
like
10
that
minutes.
line
after
Slippery
doesn't
dark.
rock.
really there.
West Thunder Road's got one here as well. Slippery Rock. Let's see what Riddy says. I don't think we're going to get it, Riddy, so help us out here. Mount Flop is good. Yeah, somebody likes your comments there, Mr. Tom.
Of course,
Let us know,
Ready.
Riddy.
Two-piece. Flop with two-piece tomato.
Yeah. This is the assemble. This is a pretty accurate assessment. With Charleston is the only Brazilian player whose attitude isn't like a Brazilian peculiar chap. Yeah, he doesn't fit the traits of a Barcelona player, right?
I'm glad you've got a good question because my question's terrible for the end of the show.
all
It's
right.
really bad. It's really bad. It's really bad. But
All
I'm
right,
still
we'll
going to
get
ask.
to it. We'll get
I'm
to
not
it.
sure we could put Reddy's answer in there or not.
Yeah, Riddy's going to answer it. Is it he left us leaving us hanging here?
He put it in there.
He put the answer in already?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we could say what it is.
Oh, it hasn't
Did
popped up on the thing over here. Did he answer it right away?
No. It's right after Slippery Rock.
Oh, it didn't
Oh
pop up.
no,
On
that's not there.
it didn't pop.
I think YouTube has basically decided.
Oh, let's see
nope,
what it is
that's
because
not-
as you said, it's got. Okay, yeah, that's probably not going to get up there. Riddy,
Mm.
terrible. I'm not going to say that anyways, but you're bad. You're bad, Riddy. That's all I'm going to say. That's weird that it didn't pop up over here, but it didn't get flagged over there. I guess somebody must have let it through. But Mount No Challenge. There you go. So what were we talking about before we went to the? Oh,
My team splashing the cash.
your team is doing a lot of business, right? Who's the latest? Who's the latest transfer incoming?
I'm glad you asked. We signed Jorginho Rutter. And have you ever heard of him? I haven't. I'll be honest. We've just spent £35 million on someone who scored like 8 goals in 2 years.
You talking about that new chap? What's that cat?
Yeah.
What's the cat? The striker? That's what you talking about? The new striker?
Jorginho Rutter. Yeah.
Rudder. Yeah, that's it. Rudder. Yeah, Rudder. Yeah, that's it.
It's a massive roll of the dice.
Hey man, hopefully he won't leave y'all in a rudder.
Yeah. You know, I saw the name, but it didn't really. It's not something I will remember. So there you go. So Nottingham Forest did pick up Danilo, which Arsenal was supposedly looking at, and he looks a lot bigger than what I thought. If I see him play for like 5 minutes and he looks like he could do a job, I'll be disappointed, because that's what we need.
Well, apparently the San Francisco 49ers have stepped in and funded our transfer business for January, which is a weird sentence I never thought I'd ever have to say.
Yeah, they might. You know what? They could win the Super Bowl, and then you would be just like.
So how did that happen, Tom? How did that happen, brother?
They own. Sorry, 1 second. They own. I believe it's 44% of Leeds United.
The San Francisco 49ers.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, that's the thing. Sorry, I told that wrong. No, I was exactly right. 44%. Yeah. Weird that I remember that. Yeah, to be fair to them, they invested for about 10% when we were in the Championship, on the understanding that obviously if they try to buy into us now for 44%, it would cost them a lot more than it ended up costing them, because they already had a quarter of that when we was worth practically nothing. But they're essentially going to be the owner of our club at the end of the season.
Oh,
like
cool.
Full takeover.
Cool. Hey, you know what's crazy is that the style of play that Leeds has and the nicknames that Leeds have, and the 49ers and the nicknames and the style of play that they have, they don't mesh. They're not the same. They're not the same at all. One is known for their offensive, abilities and doing innovative things on the offensive side of the NFL, and Leeds is not necessarily known for that.
Old Hammer Flag. Sorry, Gary. Just answered Sam's question.
Oh, so you wanted to jump to this one? Which previous Premier League club is the first to be relegated out of the Football League system? Oh,
Oldham Athletic.
Okay, all right. The assembled. This is a question. Does anyone know how long after the final whistle can a player be sent off? For me, my understanding has always been that, at least in basketball, because that's what I refereed, until the referees walk off the pitch, they can continue to do their job. So sometimes, at least, I don't know if this happens in England football, but if the game is pretty rowdy and it looks like they're going to have a hard time getting home, they will just run off the pitch as soon as they can, because
I think as long as they're still on a pitch, they can.
Yeah, they can still do their job, I believe. Because if somebody came up and punched him in the face, I think they could give him a red card. You know what I mean?
Sorry, Gary, I thought, while I've got it on my brain, we're also in for a player called Azzedine Ounahi from Morocco, who did well in the World Cup. But I'm not going to ask you about the player, because I'm going to ask our resident World Cup 2022 expert, Tony. What do you know of Azzedine Ounahi?
I know as much as you do, because I watched 0 minutes of a World Cup.
Chris, hope
and
the
0
mom's
books of a
doing
World
good.
Cup.
Apparently we're battling Napoli, so I don't expect him to be wearing a white shirt come the end of January. But
why would he want to go there? They're like, why would he want to go there?
What, to Napoli?
Yeah.
Champions League.
What do you think of breaking your team's transfer record? What do you think of that?
I think it's a massive gamble, but to be fair, the biggest criticism last year of why we were where we ended up was because in January we didn't buy anyone, especially given the injury crisis at the time. So at least now they're actually trying to bring in bodies.
Yeah.
What is
Whether
that?
they're
About
right
nine?
or not,
What is that?
we'll
About
find
9
out.
players since the summer now? 8 or 9?
Yeah, but a lot of them are youth team players, so I don't know if you can really count it.
Yeah, I mean,
Still bodies in.
yeah. No, I think the FA supposedly said they're going to do something about it. So who knows? We'll see if they saw anything about it. I think the fan could be definitely charged because that is assault on a player, and it definitely looks bad. I saw a comment or somebody talking about that Arsenal's plan A was Felix and Mudryk. That's it. Like that's all they were really looking to do. And
That was plan A and B.
yep. Oh, yeah. So the fact that they got none of them and they lost them both to the same team, and they don't have any plans for anything else is disappointing. And unless they get lucky, right? Once again, they have to be lucky now, as opposed to and hope that Millsroof Road comes back healthy pretty quickly. Reese Nelson and miraculously heals his hamstring, and we only have a couple of more weeks or 2, or I guess a couple of more weeks or 4 before Jesus is thinking about playing football again.
Well, he's thinking about it as of 2 weeks ago. He's
Yeah.
posting new photos every day.
Yeah, no, I think the day they showed him, I mean, you could see the difference in his leg, right? I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah.
The left
His
leg that's
massive
tattooed, and the
difference.
other leg that's
super atrophy.
Mm-hmm.
I got a little bit from this left arm, but nothing near as drastic as what his legs are.
I think Tiger Woods has that look as well because of the injury he had to his leg. So you can see one leg's a little bit skinnier than the other one. So, yeah, it's probably going to be a bit of
Yeah,
time.
but he had nurses to help him, didn't he? Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Right.
All right, Steve. Good. Been good seeing you. Like I said, hope you feel better
Get well, brother.
soon. Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk to you on the next one. We'll definitely be back after Manchester United. What is that?
You need to adopt a transfer policy where, you block Chelsea on all your socials so they can't see who you're interested in.
Or maybe we should just go and do our business behind the scene and not talk to anybody, especially.
How about we just get the business done and move on, and then announce it, and then they find out who it is instead of just prolonging everything.
I was about to say,
Did you see
as
Ray's
much as
question
my
for us,
team were
Gary?
a smaller club, right? But the reality is, we just got these deals done out of nowhere. We bought a defender for 20 million, broke our transfer record. And I think Romano made maybe 2 or 3 tweets about it. But it wasn't this 6-month-long saga. Oh, Leeds are into this player. Oh, they're discussing with a player. Oh, they've agreed personal terms. I don't understand how. What does he do? What does he do when he gets up in the morning?
And the worst thing is the players sitting there begging and praying to come to Arsenal, and it doesn't happen.
That's a red
For
flag.
the last month.
No, but you all sit there oh yeah, he's on Instagram watching Arsenal and things like this. But he's a Shakhtar player at the time. So if a Leeds player was doing that sort of thing for Arsenal, we'd boo him out of the club. We'd be like, the fuck are you doing? You're one of us. Yeah, you're right. Rafinha, everyone and their uncle knew Rafinha wanted to go to Barcelona. But he wasn't sitting there watching Barcelona matches on Instagram with his arse out, twerking for them.
Yeah. What? And that, and
no, I'm right.
No, but you know what? In general, that should be a red flag in itself.
That's what I'm saying.
No, and when I say red flag, I mean that's not necessarily an Arteta Arsenal player.
No, but you all took it, or not all.
No. We took it.
A lot of the fan base were like, "Oh yeah, this is great." But if he does it, but he'd do it. He'd be watching Real Madrid while he plays for you.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why I mean it's not really a good look for
Gary
an Arsenal,
wanted him for about 1 week.
Huh?
Said you wanted him for about 1 week. I'm not sure if Matt ever wanted him.
Well, no, you know what?
I didn't too much care for him personally. I felt like my biggest concern was that was a massive gamble to play for that much money. I mean, once we went over 25 million, it was gamble across the board because this is the dude that's like 12 games or whatever, hadn't played since November. You don't know what kind of shape he's coming in. You know, bro, that if
Just
you
turned 22.
just 22, I
played
mean,
mainly
bro,
in
that
Ukraine.
is man from and like I said with Lee, he plays in a league where I mean they're probably painting houses right now. They're cutting grass, bagging groceries, over there in that league, So no, that too much time was wasted on that. We have players like Zaha, we have players like Trossard, you've got Salcedo, you've got a bevy of options sitting in the Premier League. There's no excuse for Edu not to have somebody in no later than midway next week. There's no excuse, none. And if there isn't any players brought in, then the fan base needs to ask some questions. Because see, like I said earlier, I'm keeping Mikel Arteta out of this. I'm going to Edu because he's the director of football. He's the man that's supposed to be bringing in. He's supposed to be bringing home the bacon, and instead, we're sending him to the grocery store to get eggs, milk, and bacon, and he's coming back and he's bringing a bag of chips, a Snickers bar, everything but what we told him to get. And
But
at some point,
what's this deal with 3 windows in a row? We've spent
Well,
all
see,
this time on.
yeah,
I guess 4 players now.
I was going to say. Yeah, I was going to say something. The only reason why I would be behind Arsenal getting that man is because they wanted to get him. They did. They, like you said, they spent all this time on him. They actually went. Here's kind of how I deal with certain things. I don't like to go back a third time. I'm going to give you 2 chances, and I don't even want to fail on the third, so I won't even bother sometimes. The first 2 times should have been enough, like for what Arsenal was doing. If they can't seal it in 2 and you go for a third, then the answer better be yes, right? They didn't do that. They still gave it either Chelsea was going to bump it up no matter what, and then they should have just walked away at that point, all right? Or they didn't hit the right number and Chelsea ran in there because they had all the time in the world to go to 100, all right? They knew 100 was the number. They knew they had to get there. So for me, it's more about the wasting time. If they think the player was great, go after him, right?
Chelsea
that's what they were doing, right? They were going after him, right?
Let me tell you.
So every player that they go after, they have a plan, right? They have a plan for him. So I back that plan because it's worked. 70, 80% of the time it's worked. So if they see Mudryk as the answer to some problem, so be it. They want to spend that money, go ahead. But you got to close. Especially now that we're hearing that they have no plan C for another player to come in. What did you just won the North London Derby and you were controlling? You've basically been handling these teams out there.
I don't think we have a plan C through Z or Z for Tom.
What?
Are you
I
talking
said
about?
I don't think we have a plan
Chelsea,
C through Z or Z for Tom, since they like to say Z.
Are you talking about Chelsea or Arsenal? Yeah.
Arsenal.
No, I'm just saying you said because I heard you. I was listening to you. I just kind of got lost, confused there. Were you referring to Chelsea does not have a plan?
No, it was Arsenal.
Arsenal does not have a plan past Felix and Mudryk.
Yeah, Gary, I'm gonna say this over and over for the next 2 weeks until this window's closed. And on transfer day when you're on the channel and we're doing our show, there's no excuse and say that you cannot find any players that are good enough to get us over the line. When you're bringing on Kieran Tierney to play offense, there's no excuse. There's none. I'm not going to accept it. I'm not even going to entertain them saying we don't have any players. There's no players out there that can upgrade this team. You got players now. For all these years, we've tolerated loans. loans, and God rest his soul. I can hear Claude now. What is this? These loans? I can hear him now. But
There has to be somebody we
yeah,
have
that's
on loan.
there's no way. There's no way that you can't tell me, Tony and Tom, that there are not any loans that can be done. Now you telling me we can't get somebody for 6 months? I saw somebody today in Curtis Shaw's chat that said, now I wish we'd have took the Felix deal. It's like, bro, we trying to tell you, pay that. You could pay that little piece of change for 6 months and been done. Probably his career would have went a whole other direction. He went the Javinho route right out the gate. He went Javinho route.
There are players like Indica that we supposedly already signed a pre-contact with.
I don't hear anything about pre-contracts. I don't hear nothing about pre-contracts until I'm
saying he's coming in the summer. Why not try to?
I don't care about players in the summer. That's a waste of time. We don't have time. Why are we thinking about players in the summer? That's why Trusty didn't make any sense, because Trusty was not a player for today. I want a player for today. Like when he shows up and he goes through the physical, guess what? He's practicing with the squad. Guess what?
He would
if he can play day one, he plays. That's what we need, right? We need like Zinchenko. When Zinchenko was healthy, he played, right? When Ramsdale was healthy, he played. And these guys came in after the season started, right? So Arsenal can do a business and find players that can play immediately. They've done it before.
And I'm not even entertaining this whole deal about, an agreement has been made. No. Until the player is on Arsenal.com or across their social media platform with a blue check on it, I don't hear nothing from Fabrizio. I don't hear nothing from Ornstein. I don't hear nothing from Ben Jacobs. I don't hear nothing from Sam Adams. I don't hear anything from any of these cats. I don't hear.
This is a comment I've heard people ask about. As Semble said, can you remember any players who came out in the press saying they want to sign for Arsenal that actually signed with Arsenal?
I can't.
Long time.
If I just not off the top of my head.
And
Maybe what? The last last player that I can't remember. There was one. That was Andre Arshman, and he stood out in the snow. And that was the last piece of business that we got. I mean, I don't even know that to this day. I don't even know if that deal was legitimately came over in time, because it looked like it came over after the close. That's how tight it was.
Because in the past, it's always been, well, he never wanted to come here. That's why it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Now we had a player that actually said he wanted to come over here, and it didn't work. So obviously it doesn't really matter. It actually doesn't matter. And
you
got a couple names.
The deal, though. I don't blame Madrid for taking that contract.
Oh, the deal sounds right, but I mean, like he's not for his future. It's not good.
Let me tell you something.
To be fair,
right
8.5 years, Gary. A lot can change in that time.
Chelsea Football Club.
Maybe just Chelsea of old for another 10 years.
Chelsea Football Club. They're I'm telling you, they're spending money. They're spending and spending and spending and spending and spending.
How are they on financial?
Doesn't matter. At the rate they're going, they'll be in relegation.
Well, they said that the fact that it's an 8.5-year contract is the reason why FFP is this kind of a way to circumvent FFP rules. Is you spread it out over a long period of time, and it doesn't hit you as hard as if you just signed them for like a 4 or 5 year contract. Is my understanding.
To Chelsea, I don't like being fair to Chelsea, but this might be a relevant thing, might not be. So now the rolling time works. But they did have 2 years, but they didn't buy a player because FIFA banned them. So
but they've made up for it in like the 2 years that they've been.
No, I was going to say they might actually be on the edge of like a time period where they might still pass it.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but I'm just saying they did have 2 years where they spent no money.
True.
So, whereas a lot of teams spend it more staggered.
Yeah, like Trossard to me is a player that, unless they can overlook the kind of the conflict he's having internally with his squad, if he's a player that they want, they could get him yesterday. It should be one they could do pretty quickly, right? They don't want him. He don't want to be there. Go get the man. If that, Harvey Barnes would be a good player, but I mean, he's been playing pretty well, so who knows how easy that one's going to be. And Arsenal usually doesn't do good with players that have been playing well for their squads. But there are players out there, as Matt said. Just get the thing done.
Is
Yeah.
Trossard an Arteta player then?
Yeah, we just at this stage, and I've been saying this the entire time. Whoever we bringing in, just get it over with, please, so that we can focus on trying to we focus on doing what we need to do. Thank God we beat Tottenham yesterday, because I would have dreaded to have to go into the United game coming off the back of a loss. But we really are playing with fire. We are playing with fire.
Yeah.
We've got to get this done, y'all. We got to stop playing.
What? As I keep saying over and over again, like you've been all saying, how can this not be a good time to go get some players in?
Yeah.
What more do you want?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're planning a championship run, you're going to get trophies at the end of this thing, either be it a Champions League or a league title. What does it look like? It looks like this. If
I'm Zaha, I'm sitting outside the Emirates, man. I'm just waiting. I'm sitting over there in London Calling, and I'm just waiting for him to come through the gate. Hey man, let's figure out something. Let's make something happen, man. Something.
Yeah.
Make something happen, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. I mean, you got Memphis Depay, $10 million. He's sitting out there. I mean, you got all kind of options, man. There's no excuse. None. Even the one cat they were talking about, Danilo, went over to Brentford. Was it Nottingham Forest?
Nottingham Forest, yeah.
Nottingham Forest. And they were, he had him. He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's time to get down to business. It's time for Edo to put up or shut up. Him and Vinay, it's time for them to put up or shut up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We actually do. Some will say we do need a center back on the road because holding scares some people. So there you go.
Oh, is Ben White officially a right back now?
All I'm gonna say
he's our best right back. So why would we call him as center back right now?
He's your best defender.
Gary,
I say that I believe that Gabriel and Saliba are pretty good as well. You know, I mean, that back line is pretty strong. Yeah,
brother, I'm gonna say this: if any of those center backs go down, Rob Holding will be.
That's all you have to say.
Yeah, I just want y'all to think Rob Holding is going to step in and let that sink in. Everybody in the chat, I want y'all to realize that. Could you imagine? We got 4 games to go. We suffer an injury from one of the Gabriel, Magalhaes, or the other Gabby, Saliba, and Rob Holding has to get us over the line for 5 to 6 games, brother. That is the stuff nightmares are made of.
Yeah.
That's the script to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right there.
Wouldn't you move Ben White into the middle with then Tomiyasu?
Yeah, but
he hasn't played there in a while.
We've seen that. We saw that movie last year, Tom. We saw that.
Yeah. I just feel like I see that as the kind of weakening yourself again, because he is playing right back really well. So now you move him into center back where as far as we know, he hasn't played there in a while. So who knows if he's going to be able to continue to play at the same level as a center back. So you weaken 2 positions for 1, right? That's what we were doing. That's what we were doing last season. We did this last season. We had a left back that was out, and then we put Xhaka back there. So now we weakened 2 positions. We get punished for it. Nah, somebody else can play left back. Or right back, right? So there's a question. Where is George Lewis, the Rwandan Norwegian super talent, no top team in Norway wanted? What? I don't know this answer. Did somebody answer it already?
I think that's a Sam Greenwood special question, just for herself.
Did he have surgery and then become Odegaard? Is that a genuine question?
Oh, that's right. That's right. I guess this is a transfer or something like that just disappeared off the face of the earth. So There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Next question. So do you all believe we won't sign a player in January? I would not be surprised. I'd be disappointed, but I would not be surprised. What about you, Tony?
I'm 70% sure we won't.
And Tom?
I kind of hope you do. So there's something to talk about that isn't Mudrick.
I don't really want to talk about him, but he is he is in our minds today. We played in Manchester.
I'm fascinated by everything about the transfer, and very little to actually do with the player himself. Like I find it interesting how 20 million of the fee is going to the Ukrainian war effort, which is very noble, but that's coming out of Chelsea's bank account, which also supplied money to the Russians. So Chelsea are in effect funding both sides of a conflict. Just putting it out there.
And Matt, anything you got to say on
what's actually happening?
Yeah, Matt, anything you think?
I could go down here and think this and think that. You don't know what the hell you're gonna get out of this regime. You don't know. You'd be doing yourself a disservice to try to figure out who we're gonna bring in. You drive yourself crazy doing that. Because I mean, at this stage, you just don't know. For all we know, Edu took a plane to Poland, and we saw it. We saw where Mudryk ended up. So what the hell is he doing in Poland? I'm pretty sure he'll probably come back with he'll come back with some kid from the 5th Division, and he'll hype him up as the next, process signing.
Oh,
but that's where we are. So this is why I said, whoever we're bringing in, and I'm gonna stick with that. Whoever we bringing in, I don't, if it's Johnny be bad, Billy be good, Tim 2 foot, whoever we bringing in the next 2 weeks, they need to be in.
What about Tony 1 foot?
Tony 1 foot.
I know. I've heard about that player, and
yeah, I know about that young man.
I don't think you want to go now. You know what? Not now. I should say that. I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say no. I'm just gonna say, you know what? This might be a summer transfer window target for us. But right now, we're gonna have to say no to a 1 foot Tony.
That's why Tony 1 foot, not to sign anybody, because we go from Mudryk to we're gonna sign Rice in the summer. That tells you there are no names out there.
Yeah.
If you tackle Tony 1 foot, he'll be hopping mad.
There you go. We got one last question before we head out of here. I don't know if Mr. Tom. I want to say Mr. Tom, but it's a Sam who let us know what team. I don't think he answered it in the chat, if I recall. So
FC Odegaard.
Wait. George Lewis is a real person.
Yeah, it was a player.
I thought it was someone Sam made up.
No.
That's what I thought.
No, it's an actual player. Yeah.
We're so used to shenanigans, we just thought it was.
No.
Exactly.
Sam comes with the facts most of the time.
Oh, yeah,
well, Sam,
yeah.
Y'all lay off Sam, man. Y'all lay off my boy. Y'all lay off Greenwood.
George Lewis don't sound like a real name.
Yeah.
People that have 2 first names as their name, always looks fake.
I hear that.
Tom, where's your Chris?
Maurice Edu.
Now, I guess you could do this, right? You could move. I mean, like I said, if it's gonna weaken a position, I don't want to do it. But I know.
I literally said that.
Yeah, you did. You probably did. I just said I did. My thing is Tomiyasu ready to play, so he's still not there. Tony wants to talk about something which I don't. I'm just going to block him.
What flavor are those, Tony?
Yeah.
What?
What flavor are those, Tony? I couldn't see them.
These are Funyun flavored wavy lays.
Yeah.
I had them with before when they were a limited edition flavor. Now they're a permanent flavor and they taste better.
Yeah.
All right, how much would you score them out of 44?
I think the original one's got a 5.8.
You didn't ask. What is what?
These are 7.5.
Tony.
7.5.
7.5 out of 44? I don't even know what are you doing, Tony?
I didn't hear you.
Right. Right,
I
we're
got
going with
market.
Give us the chip of the day, because Tony gave it a 7.5 out of 44 for his wavy Funyuns, which I are new to me. I haven't heard of those ones. But Mr. Tom,
Radio Funyuns.
yeah,
right. We are going with a McCoy's
Are they for real
flame grilled
McCoys?
steak, ridge cut.
The real
Are they for real
McCoys.
McCoy?
Yeah, baby. And very nice, very nice. Good clean flavours. You definitely know what you're getting as soon as you open the foil. Oh yeah, yeah. The steak comes through immediately, and the aftertaste is even more steaky. Really
So they're-
knows what I'm talking about.
I hope
So they're
everybody.
not
I hope everybody in the chat
air
enjoys
like
this
the
theater.
chicken
I hope everybody in the chat enjoys this theater. Cause y'all know what they doing. This is what Edu does. When everybody's wondering what he's doing with the transfer, he's sitting up. He's sitting up.
he's like a 7.5 out of 44.
He's kicked back,
I want those chips.
Tom's
and he's eating the real McCoys. That's what he's doing. That's what Edu's doing. He's eating the real McCoys and eating chips.
If Edu ever did a forum, where like a fan forum, Matt would turn up and go, "What the hell were you doing during the
Oh,
Buckwheat
man,
transfer?" And
bro,
and Edu would turn, Edu would turn around and go, "I've
you
been
be-
eating this steak McCoys."
Hey, you better be glad they shut down that Arsenal Trust, buddy, because I was getting ready to splash some cash, and I would have been sitting my ass right there on that front row at the meeting and asking, "What the hell are y'all doing up there, man? Tell me, show me. I want to see this."
So,
'Cause I don't
Mr.
believe-
Tom, what is the score you're going to give for the chip? Sorry to interrupt there.
Okay. No crisp is perfect, all right, despite it being Riddy's favourite. But I am going to give it the score of 72.8 out of 74.2.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Walker's Sensation Thai flavor is the one. I think we've had that one on the show, right?
Yeah, that's Thai sweet chili.
There you go. There you go. All right,
also
people.
our
We are at the 60. We're 60. We're at the 86-minute mark here. Mr. Tom, do you have a question before we get out of here?
How many minutes until kickoff, Gary?
Still
I
got a
do
couple
have a
hours.
question.
Still got an hour and a half.
He's
right?
got to eat though. He's got to eat, man.
I did eat, but I'm gonna eat. I'm probably gonna eat some more because I'm probably gonna have a beverage as well while I watch the
That
match.
doesn't surprise me. Right, anyway. Okay. Who is the only team in the Football League that has a name in which you can't colour in any of the letters? Let me explain this. If you write each team out on a bit of paper in block capitals, there's only one team that you cannot colour inside the letters. For example, an R, the loop in the R, you would be able to colour in the circle. Who is the only team that you cannot do that to? There's one, and it is a bit of a trick question. No, it's not a trick question, but you have played this team.
This year?
No,
Mm.
but you have played them.
I'm gonna defer on this. Stepping away.
So this is anybody in the chat room want to answer this question? Got to think of some letters that I guess I
They're in England, Riddy. But also, to be fair to him, that would be correct if they were in England. He's got the right lines though. They're, like if you wrote them out, you wouldn't be able to colour in any part of the word. For example, Leeds United would not be part of this because you could colour in the D.
All right. So it's a team
Arsenal would
without
not be
any
part of it
any
because of the R.
O's, Q's, U's
That's
probably.
basically it, yeah. Yeah. No,
No U's.
you can't cut. If you write U in block letter, you can't colour it in.
True. Unless you write upside down or top down. Sorry.
Well, no, then it would be a small n. It's
Top down.
capital letters.
Top down, right? And an L on top of a U.
No. Stepping away from this, you're needlessly confusing me.
Mr. Tom, you're gonna have to give us an answer because I don't know.
You answer this because nobody's gonna get this, man. Who is it?
The answer is Hull City.
Hull City.
Who gives a damn about Hull City? It's time to go here. Hull City. only thing I can even think remotely that even matters that came from Hull City is Jimmy Bullard, and that's been years ago.
There we go.
That's been a long time ago.
Ready? I'll give you a clue. It's in Hull.
All right. So before we head out of here, I'm just gonna answer this question, and we will move on. Will the Cowboys fail you one last time, Sith Lord? I will not be. Once again, I will not be surprised if Dallas fails me again. We shouldn't. We should be punishing Tom Brady and sending him into retirement. You know, he should be. It should be a lot of.
How much is Dallas favored by, Gary?
I thought it was 6.5 or something like that. Or no, sorry, 2.5. What am I saying? 2.5. So, road team 2.5 is pretty good. But if Tampa Bay was really good, but they're not. So
if they're at Dallas,
if Parsons could send Tom Brady to retirement, I would appreciate that. I would appreciate that. So we're gonna go and let everybody say their goodbyes, So Tony.
Sorry, Tom, for not hearing your answer clearly.
No, you don't put the chip in your mouth before you say bye-bye.
I'm not putting it in my mouth yet. I'm just holding it here. It would be a 42.5, Tom.
42.5. There you go. Out of 44. He liked it, basically. He liked it. So, Tony, tell the people. Talk to the people.
People, glad we won yesterday. Don't know what to happen against United, but I just want somebody, anybody, I don't care of a name, just sign some people that do. It's not that hard. Don't eat the real McCoys like Tom is. Just sign some players.
Cool. And Mr. Tom?
As always, thank you for supporting the show, and even on this impromptu new time that was sprung on all of us at short notice. Thank you for supporting the show. As always, leaving your comments, participating, giving us stuff to bounce off of. I hope everyone has a great week. Good luck in your game against the Scum. Will not be sad to see Arsenal win that one. Mysteriously enough. But
is there any team you hate more than that team?
It'd be very difficult to think of one. I really do not like them. Even if they were in Division 2, I would dislike them.
Cool.
I would be upset that they didn't fall further. Sorry.
Cool. So what kind of Riddy had I think somebody had asked about our predictions for the game. What do you think about the Arsenal United game with the scores?
I do think you're going to win it, but I think it'll be tight because if we're being fair, they are a better team than they were around the time you did. I know you lost to them earlier in the season, but they are better than when you last played them. But I think a lot of it is very false. The reality is both their goals against Man City shouldn't have counted, in my opinion, and in the opinion of most of the football world, and due to the fact that there was offsides galore, whatever. Anyway, point is they beat Charlton, they beat Bournemouth, and everyone's sitting there going, Man United are back. Really? Based on what? Yeah, I know they beat Man City. But...
Are you to give us a score or not, Tom?
Oh, fuck it. Yeah, all right, you'll win 2-1.
There you go. Yeah, you know what? You have to remember also that not only are they better, but we were playing with our reserves. We had a lot of bench players. That makes a difference. What's the point of saying that they're better than
excuses, Gary? I'm looking for results.
Our excuse was we were playing. Who did you see? I don't think Partey played. We were missing 3 of our starters.
Tom just said
Really?
he doesn't give a shit.
I know. So, Tony, what's your prediction for the game?
I go 3-1, but I'll go 3-2.
There you go. Mr. Tom, you wanted to finish up before you go?
Sorry, before Matt speaks. Sorry, just before I forget, I have also predicted the Dallas Cowboys will win by more than 2.5 points.
There you go.
More than 3 points.
There you go. Thank you
Retire
very much.
that Brady boy.
Yeah,
This
retire him. All right, Matt.
Betting in the dark with Tom.
Excellent win yesterday. World-class performance. I want to give a special shout out once again to the player that made the difference for us. Couldn't ask for a better performance from him. He's a player that literally took the game into his own hands. That's Hugo Lloris. I want to give a 10 out of 10. World-class performance by him.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the game this weekend. United is a team that I despise.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to play them. I'm looking for the Arsenal to win. We should have beat them the first time. I'm taking the Arsenal 2-1. And hopefully we can put them out of their misery before they get that the thing they got going on cranked up. But we have made it through a little bit of a tough part here. And we get some points off of this, then we're looking good, man. We're looking good. We need all the points we can get before we play City. So
I hear you.
Yep.
I hear you. All right. Oh, really? You're right. I guess you're. Yeah, I just checked it out as well. We're missing Partey. Partey felt like 3 players to me, because Sambi playing for Partey is basically us playing without a number 6. So that's how it felt, and that's what it looked like. You're right. We only missed the 1 player, but we missed probably one of our most important players. Partey out. We know that we have no depth behind him at all. But you're right. 1 player was missing, and that was an important one for us in the way that we play. So the Assembles got a 1-0 win. Lloris the King, yes, the man of the match. The man of the match. He doubled down on his own goal and then said, you know what, I'm going to let you shoot from, midline, basically. No El Neni either. Yeah. So he didn't have it. Yeah. You know what? El Neni probably could have held up better than Sambi, but yeah. We're missing Partey's a big step.
I could have got down and blocked that one.
Yeah. So
Needs to smash Cardiff on Wednesday.
Yeah. For me,
Just saying.
yeah. For me, I'm looking to get a 3-1 win at home. If they can do it, we can do it, and we'll do it the right way. The refs aren't going to help us most likely because they don't like us. But we will do this thing again next week. We'll be talking about the United match and hopefully laughing at everybody else who's playing midweek, and we'll see how that goes. So thank you for joining us. Yes, a bit early this week. We'll be back at our regular scheduled time next week. I don't think there'll be any football on Monday next week. Hopefully my team is still playing. Ray's team definitely will be playing since they have the week off. So we'll see how that goes. But everybody, have a good one. Life is a journey. Don't waste a trip. Enjoy the ride. And we'll see you guys on the next one. All right, everyone. Thank you and good night.
We are top of the league. I said we are top of the league.